Gynecologist raped 87 patients and secretly recorded examinations over 20 years that saw him insert unnecessary objects into women and caused so much pain, one victim thought she would die. A former village doctor is standing trial in Norway, accused of raping 87 women and filming the attacks at his surgery and in their homes over the course of 20 years, in what is being described as the biggest sexual abuse scandal in the country's history. I have never had, like, a house call gynecologist appointment. I've also never lived in a village, so maybe that's normal, but... Village doctor shaman? Arnie Bai, 55, is charged with having abused his position in order to obtain sexual contact with a total of 94 women, including 2 who were children at the time of the alleged assaults. The oldest woman was 67 years old when she was allegedly raped, while the youngest alleged victims were 14 and 15 years old. Bai, a former municipal superintendent, of course he was involved in the school district, why am I not surprised, has pleaded guilty to 3 counts of rape and 35 cases of abuse of position, and he faces up to 21 years in prison. That feels like it's way too short for the amount of rapes. I'm gonna be real with you. For the amount of rapes, for doing it to the elderly, for doing it to children, like, what do you mean only 21 years? What the fuck is wrong with Norway, man? Police seized over 6,000 hours of video material during their investigation, most of which were recordings of gynecological examinations carried out on patients without their knowledge, which investigators described as sensitive and detailed. According to the indictment, Bai allegedly inserted a deodorant-like, a bottle-like, and a cylindrical object into women without there being any medical reason for doing so. In shocking testimony to the court in Trondelag, one woman said the experience had been so painful that I thought I was going to die. Woman number 18, as she is being referred to during the trial, told the court on Wednesday that she had gone to her general practitioner's office, I'm assuming that's what GP is, right? That makes sense, with a sore throat before the invasive examination took place. I don't like that office. That looks very cold and unwelcoming. At least they put, like, fucking paintings on the walls in our doctor's offices, man. Despite the nature of her ailment, she said she ended up being examined in her underwear on the bench, reportedly telling the court, "I thought that he is my doctor, so I did as he said." The women have each described unpleasant, invasive experiences during the gynecological examinations, with many saying that Bai gave them abdominal massages. The indictment describes how the actions happened quickly and unexpectedly during gynecological examinations at the doctor's office in Frosta. The tiny town of just 2,600 inhabitants has been rocked by the shocking case, with Bai having been both a public figure and doctor to hundreds of residents there for years. The lengthy trial has seen the court show graphic video evidence, all recorded by Bai during the examinations. We have video recordings of the assault itself. In that sense, we have a rather special evidentiary situation in the case, in that large parts of the indictment are illustrated with video material, said the prosecutor. State Attorney Richard Haugen Liang said. Bai claimed in court that he filmed the appointments as he feared lawsuits from patients, and claims he never watched the videos except in connection with the case. According to Norwegian broadcaster NRK, the video in woman number 18's case shows Bai positioning several cameras around her before he begins examining. From the audio of the clip, NRK reports it appears that Bai asks the woman whether it is painful, and at one point warns her that this is going to hurt. Bai originally insisted to investigators that examination of women number 18 was not of sexual nature, but talking to the witness box on Wednesday, NRK reports that he partially acknowledged the charge of rape. Assuming, yeah, it says the deodorant-like object. This is one of those, like, scenty things where, like, you open it and you put it on your counter and it, like, releases a scent. It's got, like, a jelly-like substance inside it. Why would you do this? What the fuck is wrong with this man? A cylindrical object? Oh, man, he was doing bottle insertions? That's for Eastern Europeans! What are you doing, Norway, man? The 19th woman to stand in the witness box during the trial said that he told her to sit in the gynecologist chair several times, despite not having any previous abdominal complaints. She reportedly said that Bai's examinations took a long time, and that all of them had been painful. Norway is Eastern European? I mean, is it considered Eastern European? Is it considered part of the, like, Slavic bloc? I could be wrong. You could be right. No? Okay. Okay, so that chatter is just gaslighting me. Alright, okay, duly noted. Nordic country? Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Scandinavia isn't considered Eastern. Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, what? Woman, what? Bingo bango. I was reading a chatter who said that. Do not gaslight in the chat. Finland might be considered East. I don't think so. You're an Eastern European, never did such a thing. I was making a joke because there's a lot of Eastern European pornography where they insert bottles and clearly drugged up women. It's kind of fucked up. She reportedly said that Bai's examinations took a long time and all of them had been painful. The woman, I can't read, dude. The woman's daughter and sister are also said to be among the alleged victims in the case. The first concerns about Bai were raised as long ago as 2006 by another doctor in the gynecology ward at the local hospital in nearby Levanger. Well, why wasn't this other doctor taken seriously? That's my question. Right, like if another doctor reported him, why wasn't the doctor taken seriously? Took nearly 20 years to do anything? Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. One of Bai's patients who was attending the hospital for further treatment reported that her doctor had massaged her genital area during an examination. She reportedly said that other patients had experienced the same, allegations Bai has denied. Police launched their investigation into him in August 2022 after health authorities alerted them about possible criminal acts. Bai was allowed to continue in his post until police charges were filed against him in 2023. That is insane. They launched an investigation in August 2022, and he was still allowed to keep practicing gynecology even with that investigation until sometime in 2023. What the fuck is wrong with Norway, man? What the actual fuck? Probably someone they're not allowed to discipline or else they'll be called racist. Maybe. Despite the serious accusations against him, Bai has not remained in custody, with officers saying that they will continue to monitor the situation, but there is currently no basis for his arrest. The trial continues. You know, for as fucked up as we have of like a two-tiered law system in the US, this kind of hits weirdly, man. They're like, yeah, we're not even gonna arrest this guy. What the fuck? As a Nord, I please trace his genealogy. Someone who might be difficult to replace as it's a small town, and to get another gynecologist out there might take time. They literally said he was reported by another gynecologist, so there is another one. There are videos? What do you mean, no basis? Yeah, right? There's videos, there's pictures. I don't believe for a single fucking second that he didn't watch any of those. And it's like, I don't know how it works in these small towns and shit, right? But like in the US, I had a male gynecologist. As a woman, when you have a male gynecologist, and maybe now in current year, it's for women gynecologists as well, I don't know. Back in the day when I had female gynecologists, they never had a nurse in the room. It was just me and the woman. But when you have a male gynecologist, one of the nurses comes in and she stands there and watches for the entirety of the exam. And that's to ensure safety of both you, the patient, and the doctor, right? It's to make sure the doctor doesn't do anything weird towards you, the patient, and it's also to make sure that the doctor is protected from any false claims. And then the nurse throws tissues at you and tells you to clean yourself up afterwards, and then you feel kind of weird. But 4-eye principle, yeah. It's just a safe way to go about things. So it's like, why did this guy practice gynecology and bring in like multiple cameras for filming instead of just having a nurse come in? Leave the money in the stand. Male gynecologists are creeps. The Korean man that I had as my gynecologist for like 9 years has been the best gynecologist I've ever had. And it's like, I don't want to diminish people who have had, you know, bad experiences with male gynecologists. I've had bad experiences with female gynecologists. Nothing like rapey or sexual. They've just not been great doctors. So I really loved the male gynecologist that I had. He was very professional. He made jokes sometimes. I enjoyed having him. He was a good gynecologist. Male gynecologists have turned their passion into their job. Was he gay? No, he's married. He was married. Now look at him. He prefers the gawk. I prefers the money coming from the gawk, I guess. Doctor or not, monsters shouldn't get protection because they're essential. No paperclip operations. Yeah, I agree. Like, even if he was the town's only gynecologist, he still shouldn't get protection from shit like this. Like, absolutely insane that he's not arrested, and also insane that he's only going to get possibly up to 21 years. Like, actually fucking crazy. P. Diddy wishing he had moved to Norway. Truly. I guess he's pleasing his wire. Doctor's been living high on the hog for real. Now cough in school for sports have to. Oh my god. This is a crazy fucking story. Like, I wouldn't trust this man to be my gynecologist. Just fucking look at him, dude. I wouldn't trust him. Hello, Madam Kirsche. I see Muff very healthy. Could handle whole football team. What the fuck? What the fuck? No! There's no way someone from a town over couldn't be brought in to replace him. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why do perverts always look like perverts? You know, it's so pattern recognition works. You read a tweet about that, and many women under the OP said that they had problems, that female gynecologists dismissed their problems, but when they went to a male, he helped them right away. That was my issue with female gynecologists. When I like had an issue, they were just like, yeah, you know, it's not a big deal. And so I don't know. The male gynecologist was also gentler. Like the speculum can be kind of painful, right? Like depending on what your lady bits are like. The speculum has always been incredibly fucking painful for me. And like my gynecologist knew that, so he would use like, you know, a fuck ton of lube. I hate lube, it's so gross. But he would try to be incredibly gentle. The women, on the other hand, they would not. They would just fucking stuff that shit in there and be like, yeah, you can take it. It's fucking awful, dude. That was also what happened with your mother and sister. Oh no. Oh no. Dr. Love was a smooth ride. Kirsche doesn't like getting wet. I mean, getting wet is fine, but lube feels disgusting. It's like got that weird, like, slimy, gelish texture. Norwegian prisons are a joke compared to the US ones. They're like hotels. Oh yeah, I saw where, I think it's a Norway prison that, fucking Anders Breivik was in, right? He's got like game consoles and TV, access to a gym. You hate the feeling of Astroglide.